The sisters got on that Allegiant airplane here at the Orlando Sanford Airport when they say they got kicked off that flight for no reason at all.
He died peacefully, so all in all, that's the main thing.
Unfortunately, Debbie Hartman and her sister Tricia Baker weren't there to say goodbye to their sick father, who was in hospice care.
He didn't even know he was sick.
On January 2nd, the two were on an Allegiant flight to Asheville, North Carolina. But while waiting to leave the tarmac, Hartman's sister got a text message. Their father only had hours to live.
I didn't know if my sister was getting the same text, so I thought I need to go back there and console her.
Baker says once she got up to tell her sister, a flight attendant stepped in.
She said, "You need to sit down." And I said, "Well, can I just sit here? I just want to console my sister. We just got word that my dad's dying."
Hartman says she started having a panic attack, and the situation only escalated from there when her sister confronted the woman for not being compassionate.
She said, "You're being very rude. My father is dying, and I'm comforting her." And they said she needed to keep her personal problems off the plane.
Minutes later, the plane turned around, and airport security escorted them off the flight.
They told us you were a threat to the flight, and I just couldn't believe it.
Hartman wasn't the only one. This passenger took to YouTube to let people know about her frustration.
The most inhumane, deplorable thing I've ever seen any human being do.
Hartman says their father died shortly after and now wants the airline to be held accountable.
I don't think they should keep their jobs, to be honest with you. They don't have a heart. They didn't care that I wasn't going to see my dad.
In DeLand, Lauren Korn, News 6.
I didn't know if my sister was getting the same text, so I thought I need to go back there and console her. She said, "You need to sit down." And I said, "Well, can I just sit here? I just want to console my sister. We just got word that my dad's dying."
She said, "You're being very rude. My father is dying, and I'm comforting her." And they said she needed to keep her personal problems off the plane.
And there was smoke in the cabin and fire coming out of that engine. And I just remember thinking that I would never see my daughter again.
You thought this was it?
So for people who love the deals that they get when they buy a ticket from Allegiant, what do they need to know about what's really happening at this airline?
Well, they need to know that Allegiant was 3 times more likely to have something go wrong on this plane than they would on another airline.
Some might call that terrifying.
Well, yeah. You know, they have never had an accident. They've never had a fatal accident.
Do you think that the flying public has any idea about the safety culture of Allegiant?
No. And we asked that to a number of people, including Loretta Alcalay, who's a former lawyer for the FAA. Do you know anybody in the industry that flies Allegiant?
No. No, and I know that a lot of people talk about how they don't fly Allegiant.